Okay, will the Committee on International and Legal Affairs please come to order? Noting the attendance of all members except Member Okimoto, who's probably on her way. Okay, members, announcements. Pursuant to Section 92-317 HRS, this meeting will be conducted as a remote meeting by interactive conference technology with the following procedures in effect for the meeting. Members of the public will be allowed to provide oral testimony on all items on the agenda in person in the council chamber and remotely when each agenda item is taken up, as both English and Hawaiian are official languages of the state of Hawaii pursuant to Article 15, Section 4 of the Hawaii State Constitution and Section 1-13 of the Hawaii Revised Statute. Members of the public may testify in either language. For oral testimony offered in Olelo, Hawaii, additional time may be necessary, will be allowed for the testifier to provide an English translation of their testimony. Before testifying, each person shall state their name. Each speaker may not have anyone else read their statement and is limited to 1 minute presentation on each item. Once in-person testimony is completed, I will proceed to those who have registered to testify remotely by video conference. When your name is called, please monitor your screen and activate your audio feed when prompted. I will then give persons who have not registered an opportunity to testify. Please utilize the raise hand feature in Zoom to be called on. For those joining us by telephone only, press *9 to indicate your desire to speak. I will identify you by the last 3 digits of your phone number. When your number is called, please press *6 to unmute yourself when prompted. Some friendly reminders and tips. Video conference from a quiet location if possible. If you're watching the proceedings on Olelo, please mute your television at the time you are called to testify. When the timer on screen reaches 0, please conclude your remarks promptly. HRS Section 92-317 requires all votes at remote meetings to be conducted by a roll call vote unless unanimous. Therefore, I will first call for objections, and if there are any, I will call for a roll call vote. For those council members participating outside the council chamber, and I don't see any, and please note we have all council members present. Okay, written testimonies, including the testifier's address, email address, and phone number will be available to the public as described in the posted agenda. Cell phones, as a courtesy, please turn off all cell phones. Okay, members, moving to agenda item number 1, Resolution 25-99, confirming the appointment of Linda Martell to the Ethics Commission for the term expiring on December 31, 2029. Ms. Martell?
Good afternoon.
Please proceed. If you'd like to give a statement, if not, you don't have to.
Okay. I'm Linda Martell. I'm a resident of Kaimuki. I was a family court per diem judge for 16 years, retired in 2021, as all judges cannot serve past their 70th birthday. So when I was asked if I'd be interested in the Ethics Commission by my old friend Peter Adler, it was both a good opportunity to work with Peter, who I admire very much, and another opportunity to give back.
Okay, thank you. We'll move to in-person testimony. We have one person registered. Hartley, please come forward.
Good morning. My name is Hartley. Congratulations on your appointment, Linda Martell. Your work and achievements are impressive and inspiring. Though personal experience with the city and county does not inspire the word ethical, I wonder what ethic looks like to you and if your vision is one rooted in justice. I came to Honolulu with the intention to enroll in KCC's EMS course which I consider one of the best in the nation. Instead, I landed in a tenancy nightmare to shoulder the burden of the consequence of an Indian real estate developer and investor whose braggadocious behavior around his misconduct has only grown with each exploitation, continuing to break the law, working with the DPP to meet no consequence. His most recent, a misdemeanor under Bill 44, 2023. Would you call it ethical for the DPP agents to fabricate never performed inspections to cover his misconduct, to ignore tireless complaints, and when advanced to DPP's head, meet those complaints with threats to fine those in uninhabitable and illegal units for the wrongdoings of violators?
Okay, please wrap it up.
I've come to understand firsthand the issues here, another kind of invasive species. Is this ethics that those who vow to serve our community cooperate in breaking the law, exacerbating, and even potentially causing the biggest issues we face today? Is yours a role to orchestrate more performance or try something different called accountability? I support this appointment. Mahalo and good luck.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else here wishing to testify in person? Please come forward. Seeing none, any testifiers online?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, members, any questions? Okay, see none. Chair recommends that Resolution 25-99 be reported out for adoption. Any WRs or noes? Okay, see none. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, members, we're going to move to executive session. Members, we're now moving to executive session. The following items as posted on the agenda have been referred to executive session. I will read the items individually to allow for oral public testimony on each item. Agenda item number 2 is a settlement of a lawsuit against the City and County of Honolulu entitled Marquis Johnson versus City and County of Honolulu. Anyone here wishing to testify in person? Are there any testifiers online?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, see none, move on. Agenda item number 3, Joshua Knepper et al. Versus Michael Berger et al. Anyone wishing to testify in person? Any remote testifiers?
Chair, there are none.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 4. This is to retain the legal services of Fukunaga, Matayoshi, Ching, and Kon-Herrera LLP as special counsel to represent the City and County of Honolulu in a legal action. Anyone here to testify in person? Anyone here testifying remotely?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, thank you. Moving to agenda item number 5. This is a resolution to retain the legal services of Kobayashi Sugita Goda as special counsel to represent Defendant Darryl M in a legal action entitled Joshua Spriestersbach versus the City and County of Honolulu. Anyone here to testify in person? Any remote testimony?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 6. Settlement of a claim against the City and County of Honolulu by Michelle Koyanagi. Anyone here to testify in person? Any remote testifiers?
Chair, there are none.
Thank you. Agenda item number 7 is a settlement against the City and County of Honolulu entitled DTRIC versus City and County of Honolulu. Any in-person testifiers, please come forward. Anyone remote?
Chair, there are none.
Thank you. And finally, agenda item number 8, UPW and ENV Refuse Division. It's a settlement for grievances and related civil cases. Anyone here to testify in person? See none. Any remote testifiers?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, thank you. Members, we are adjourning to executive session. Okay, let's go. Sorry, my bad, members. Are there any objections to going into executive session? Okay, seeing none. Without objections, the committee convenes into a closed meeting pursuant to HRS Section 92-4 and 92-5A4 to consult in a closed meeting with its attorneys on questions and issues pertaining to the powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and/or liabilities of the city, the council, and the committees on the items listed on the agenda for executive session. The following persons will participate in executive session. All council members present. From the Corporation Counsel, Dana Viola, Dwayne Pang, Catherine Nesty, William Awang, Robert Kahn. From the Office of Counsel Services, Winton Park, Jana Pitcher, Saichi Liu. And I'd also like my staffer Heath Williams in for just today's, and it'll be obvious why he's there. Okay, for those members, okay, nobody's participating remotely, right? Okay, I will now call a recess for executive session.